So if you're a clinician, you know this feeling, right? The mountain of administrative tasks, the never-ending documentation, that constant pressure that really feeds into burnout. But what if you had a new assistant, one that never gets tired and can actually help with all that grunt work? Well, today, that's what we're talking about, AI, and specifically how to think about it as your new, eager intern.
Here's our game plan. First, we're going to properly meet this new AI intern. Then, we'll look at how it can help you both in the clinic and after hours. After that, we'll cover the really important rules for managing it. And finally, we'll zoom out and talk about what all this means for the future of medicine.
All right, so let's get into the right mindset for this. The best way to approach AI right now isn't as some kind of super intelligent, all-knowing brain. It's much more helpful to think of it as a new member of your team.
This quote absolutely nails it. AI is incredibly fast, and the stuff it writes often sounds really confident. But, and this is the part you've got to remember, it can be confidently wrong. You, the physician, you are always the attending. You're the one responsible for that final review and that final decision.
So what's actually making these things tick? Well, under the hood of tools like ChatGPT is what's called a large language model, or an LLM. It's not thinking or understanding the way a person does. It's a really, really powerful pattern-matching machine that's just predicting the next most likely word. The easiest way to think about it, it's basically autocomplete on steroids.
And this is where we have to be smart about it. The real promise of AI, right now, today, is with tasks like writing, summarizing, and organizing information. But we have to be really careful about what some researchers call AI snake oil. Those products that make these huge promises that the technology just can't deliver on yet. The key is separating what's practical from what's just hype.
Okay, let's bring our new intern into the clinic. The moment we shift from general tasks to actual healthcare, the stakes get way, way higher. And the first, most important rule is all about patient privacy. Let's get one thing crystal clear right up front. The public AI tools that are out there are not HIPAA compliant. Using them with any kind of patient data is like discussing a sensitive case in a crowded public elevator. It just doesn't have the safeguards you're required to have.
So, why is it so risky? Well, for one, the prompts you type in can be used to retrain the AI model. That means your patient's details could literally become part of its memory. 2, human reviewers at the AI company might read your queries. And 3, any of that is considered an unauthorized disclosure of protected health information.
To make this super simple, just think of it like a 3-lane highway. The green lane is for generic stuff that's safe for any tool. The yellow lane is for your own internal operations, and for that you need an approved secure tool. And the red lane, that's for any identifiable patient data, and it's a hard stop. You just don't do it in a public tool.
So what if you're thinking about getting a specific AI tool for your work? Well, there are a few things that are absolutely non-negotiable. The vendor must sign a business associate agreement, or a BAA. They have to provide strict end-to-end data encryption, and critically, you need a written guarantee that your patient data will never be used to train their general models.
So let's talk about some of the cool stuff you can do, totally safely, in that green lane. You can have AI draft a skeleton for a prior auth appeal, for instance, or create a generic patient handout on how to manage diabetes. These are high-impact admin tasks that don't involve any patient data, and they can save you literally hours of work.
Okay, let's switch gears. What happens when your shift ends? Well, once you're off the clock, these same AI tools can become unbelievably powerful personal assistants for just managing your life.
For example, let's say you need to make a big financial decision. You can just ask the AI to run the numbers for you. Look at this, comparing leasing a new Honda CR-V versus buying a used one over 12 years. The AI shows a potential savings of over $40,000. That's a pretty powerful insight you can get in just a few minutes.
And really, you can use it for just about anything. You can ask it to plan that vacation you desperately need, but with a focus on good food and actual relaxation, not just running around. Or you can prompt it for ideas on investment strategies that are tailored to your specific financial situation. It can even whip up a checklist to help you negotiate a better deal on your next car.
All right, so we've seen what this intern can do, both on the clock and off. Now let's circle back to the most important part of this whole thing. You are the attending. And that means you need some clear rules to manage your intern to make sure you're getting quality and safety. To get way better results, you need to structure your requests. Think of this as a simple recipe for getting a great result. You tell it its role, the task, the context, any rules it shouldn't break, the format you want the answer in, and finally, ask it to do a quality check. This is exactly how you'd guide a real intern to give you a much better first draft.
And this might be the most valuable trick of all. I call it the intern test. Anytime the AI gives you an answer, make it check its own work. Ask it, list the assumptions you made. List anything that could be wrong or risky. And my favorite, list 5 questions you would ask me to improve this. This forces the AI to reveal its own blind spots before you ever use its output.
So where is all of this going? Let's zoom out for a second and take a look at the big picture for the future of medicine.
You know, this quote really nails it. The technology is just a tool. The real power, and honestly, the real responsibility, doesn't lie with the AI itself. It lies with us, the humans who decide how to use it and whether we're going to use it ethically and effectively.
And the potential for a positive impact here, it's just massive. Some projections show that AI could save the healthcare sector up to $150 billion a year, just by streamlining all those administrative and operational tasks. And this isn't just about saving money. It's about freeing up resources and your time for where they matter most.
And that really brings us to the final and most important question. Sure, AI can help draft your notes and maybe even plan your next vacation, but the real goal, the true promise of this technology in medicine, is to handle all that noise so that you can get your time back and your energy back for the human connection that's at the absolute heart of patient care.